What's up everybody, welcome back to Maths with Gaston. I am Gaston Mapala. Today let's have a look at solving for x while you are given fractions. So what you want to do here, first thing first, you need to remove the fraction. By removing the fraction, how do you do this? You need to remove the fraction. Alright, so how you're going to do this is going to say you are going to do this by multiplying everything with an LCD. Remember, here you are not simplifying. So if you're not simplifying, you need to multiply everything with an LCD. So if it was simplify, you are going to take the lowest common denominator and then simplify. So therefore, in this case here, example of x plus 18 over x is equals to 11. Our LCD is going to be x. All right. So therefore, let's go ahead and multiply everything by this x. Okay. So now it's going to be x, which is this one x here. Therefore, we multiply it by LCD, plus is going to be 18 here over x. Then we need to multiply this by LCD. It's equals to 11, also multiplied by the LCD. So therefore, here in this case, we're just going to have x squared, and therefore x and x here would cancel out. Therefore, we're left with 18 is going to be equals to 11x. Therefore, we take 11x to the left hand side. We're going to have x squared is going to be minus 11x, also plus 18. Once you're here, now I can emphasize enough that factorization is very, very critical when it comes to mathematics, especially from grade 10 up until grade 12. So when you get to this case now, you need to factorize in order to be able to solve for x. So we know that this is a trinomial, x by x. There's two numbers. When you multiply them together, they give you 18. That number is 9 and 2. Okay, so now when you add these two numbers, they must give us negative 11. All right, so now for them to be positive here is either we put negative, and the negative times negative will give us positive here, and then 2 times 9 will give us 18. So that's correct. So now you can check, and then negative 2 times negative 2 negative 9 will give us negative 11. So therefore, in this case, we're going to say 2 x is equals to 0, or x will be equals to x minus 9 is equals to 0, which therefore will give us x is equals to 2, and then x is equal to 9 as well, or x is equals to 9. Okay, and that's how you would deal with an equation like this one. So let's move on to the next equation. The next equation says 2x plus 4 is equals to 6 all over 2x minus 1. So what did we say? First step first, you need to remove the LCD. So in this case, what is the LCD? LCD refers to everything that is at the bottom, which is the lowest common denominator. So in this case, you are going to say everything else should be multiplied by the LCD, and then in this case, our LCD is going to be equals to 2x minus 1. All right, so now let's go ahead in this equation and multiply everything by the LCD. So it's going to be 2x plus 4 multiplied by the LCD, which is 2x minus 1, and then in this equals to, in this case, 6 all over 2x minus 1, and then this also should be multiplied by the LCD as well. So therefore, now what you have here, you've got a binomial. We need to remove the bracket, first times first, last times last, and then therefore. You did this in grade 10, guys. If you don't understand, please go check our video on factorization and also binomials. Okay, 2 times 2 will give us 4x times x squared, and then 2x times minus 1 minus 2x. 4 times 2x is going to be plus 8x. Positive 4 times negative 1 negative 4 is equal to, in this case, you are going to have this 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1 will cancel out. You're left with 6 on that side. Therefore, let's simplify this. 2x squared, negative 2x plus 8x is going to be plus 6x, negative 4, and then 6, you take 6 to that side, is going to be negative 6 is equals to 0. Then we simplify further, 2x, 4x, 6x, negative 10 is equal to 0. All right, so therefore, can we simplify this to make life easy for ourselves? Let me see. Okay, yeah, I think so. I think we can divide here by 2. Divide everything by 2. Even if you don't divide by 2, guys, you factorize directly, you would still be fine with that as well. Okay, I'm just dropping the number so that I can factorize it. All right, okay, there you go. Now you're left with a trinomial. You need to factorize it now. So 2x here and then an x there. What do we have here? We need two numbers. When you multiply them together, they give you 5. So it's going to be 5 and also a 1 there, and this number needs to be negative. Okay, there you go. So it means now our x value will be 2x plus 5 is equals to 0, or x minus 1 is equals to 0. So therefore x will be equals to negative 5 over 2, and then x will be equals to 1. And that's how you would deal with a question like this one, guys, step by step. No need to rush. As you can see what I've done here, first step, multiply everything by LCD, therefore you simplify thereof, group like terms together, and therefore you factorize a trinomial. All right, let's move on. Let me give you more examples on this one so that I might need to make sure that you guys fully understand the concept. As long as you know how to start, I'm happy with that one. Okay, let's have a look at the second example, third example for this a particular video. Now let's look at this one here. Now we have got two numbers at the bottom. Our denominator is a bit longer, so the first step first, we said what? Multiply everything by an LCD. So what is our LCD in this case? Our LCD is everything that is at the bottom. It's going to be x plus 4, x plus 2. All right, great stuff. So now let's go ahead and multiply everything by an LCD. From the first one, it's 4x minus 14 all over x plus 4. Then we multiply everything by an LCD here as well. Here we go. And then the question says minus here. Then we have got 2x minus 4 all over x plus 2. Then we multiply everything by an LCD, x plus 4 and then x plus 2. Right, is equal to 0. I don't think there's any need to multiply 0 because we know that it's going to be just to be 0 anyway. All right, so in this case here, we are going to say this times that, and then x plus 4 will cancel with x plus 4. Therefore, in this case, we're going to be left with, I'm showing my space here. You are going to be left with 4x minus 14 in brackets x plus 2. And then in this case, you got a negative there, and then x plus 2 and x plus 2 would cancel out. Therefore, we are left with 2x minus 4x plus 4 all equals to 0. All right, so therefore we need to multiply throughout here. We're going to have 4x squared and then 4x times 2. Guys, this is binomial. We're just removing the bracket here. Okay, 4x is going to be 8x. Be careful not to make a mistake here, guys. Minus 14 times x is going to be negative 14. Negative 14x. Negative 14x. All right, negative 14 times 2 is going to be negative 28. All right, there's a negative there. Don't forget, you need to multiply everything by a negative. So I'm going to put everything in the bracket here. 2x times x is going to give us 2x squared. 2x times 4 is going to give us plus 8x. All right, and then negative 4 times x going to be negative 4x. Therefore, negative 4 times 4 is going to be negative 16x. 16 rather. All right, so therefore let's simplify this one. 4x squared, therefore 8 minus 14. Okay, we are going to be left with negative 6 here. Yes, negative 6x, negative 28, therefore, and then we multiply throughout by this negative here. Okay, negative 2x squared, negative 8x plus for x plus 16x is equals to 0. Okay, therefore 4x squared minus 2x is going to give us 2x squared, and then negative 6x plus 4x is going to give us negative 2, and then negative 8, so it's going to be negative 10x. Okay, so we're going to have in this case negative 28 plus 16. Okay, negative 28 plus 16 is going to be negative 1, 2. All right, so therefore this is equals to 0. Therefore we need to multiply everything by 2. You can see all the numbers is the multiples of 2, so divide everything by 2 here. Therefore we're going to be left with x squared minus 5x minus 6 is equals to 0. Therefore this is a trinomial. We need to factorize the trinomial. It's x times x, and then two numbers, when you multiply them together they give us 6, but you add them they give us 5, so that's a 2. And then is it a 2? Let me see. No, it's not. It's 6 times 1, 6 and 1, negative 6 plus 1. All right, and that's how you would deal with a question like this one. Therefore our x value is going to be equals to negative 1, or x is equals to 6. So please guys, let me know what you think. As you can see, the most critical thing in these equations is to learn how to remove the fraction, which is by multiplying everything by the LCD. And after that, then you should be ready to go. The rest of the stuff is just algebra and also simplifying. If you ever look at also the fourth example that we're about to do, as you can see, this is a little bit of a trick there, because now you are given x over x minus 2, but you want this one also to be x minus 2. So now this is where the trick is, guys. So how can you make this to be x minus 2? The only thing you can do there is to multiply by a negative or remove negative as a common factor in this case here. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to have x all over x minus 2 is equals to 1 over x minus 3. So in order to make this 1, we're going to remove a negative here. So what you're going to have, you are going to have a positive 2 all over x. When you remove a negative here, what are you going to have? You're going to have a negative here, yes, and then also here you are going to have what? A negative 2. Can you see? So therefore, number initially here it was negative, guys. So that negative and this negative will make a positive. So I'm just gonna change it here. So the negative we took out here will combine with this negative here and make it a positive. So please guys, take note of that as well. So therefore, now our LCD, it's simple and straightforward. Our LCD in this case would have to be 2x, will have to be x minus 2, and then x minus 3. That is our LCD. So we are multiplying everything by this LCD in this case. So I'm not, because I don't have a space here, let me just put a line here. Somebody said when I move to the next question I must use a different color, but I didn't do that in this case. But anyway, I'll just put a line to separate the two so that you guys are not confused. Okay, so now we need to remove the LCD. So I'm just gonna write here as neatly as I can, but very small though, minus 2 multiplied by the LCD minus 3. Okay, that's the first one. It's equals to 1 over x minus 3 multiplied by the LCD x minus 2 x minus 3, and therefore you've got a plus sign here, and then 2 all over x minus 2 multiplied by the LCD x minus 2, and then also x minus 3. All right, here we go. So therefore x minus 2 would cancel out with x minus 2. So this side we are left with x is equal to x minus 3. All right. And then what else? This case here, x minus 3 would cancel out with x minus 3. Therefore, we're left with 1 times x minus 2. Right? Here we go. And then plus 2. X minus 2 cancel out with x minus 2. Therefore, we're left with 2x minus 3. Okay. So therefore, we remove the bracket on either side. Okay. X times x will give us x squared. X times negative 3a will give us negative 3x. Is equals to x minus 2 plus 2 times x is going to be plus 2x. And therefore, 2 times negative 3 is going to be negative 6. There you go. So now what we can do now, we can take everything that is on the right hand side to the left hand side. Okay. So now x squared minus 3x. Okay. So here in this case, x plus x will give us 3x. When it jumps the equal sign is going to be negative 3x. All right. Negative 2 and negative 6 will give us negative 8. When it jumps the equal sign, it will become positive 8. It's equal to 0. All right. So therefore, in this case, as you can see, we are going to be left with x squared is going to be minus is going to be minus 3 is going to be minus 6 plus 8 is equal to 0. So in this case, now you are left with a trinomial. Now we need to factorize the trinomial. Is going to be x times x. Two numbers, when you multiply them together, they give us 8 is 4 and 2. And then when you add them, they must give us negative 6. So our answer in this case will be x is equal to 2 or x is equal to 4. So there you go, guys. As you can see, the most critical thing here, simple, straightforward. Most critical thing is to remove the fraction. We do that by multiplying by the LCD. The rest of the stuff is just algebra and also simplifying, therefore factorization. All right, so please guys, please let me know what you guys think of these examples, or if you want us to do more examples. Please make sure that don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and share this video with everybody that needs it. All right, so I am Gaston Mapala. I'll see you on the next upload where we'll be doing solve for x if you are given normal equations and inequalities. See you on the next upload.